hard work or smart work? Which one gets you the win? Most people bet on hard work, grinding out the hours. Others think being clever is enough. But here's the uncomfortable truth: neither guarantees results. The real winners, the ones who get those massive outcomes, aren't just working harder or smarter. They're playing a different game entirely. They choose positions where small moves create huge ripple effects. If your effort isn't compounding, if it's just a straight trade of time for money, you're stuck in the wrong game. Let's get real for a minute. Effort is massively overrated. The market, the economy, your bank account, they don't care how many hours you logged last week. They don't give you a gold star for skipping lunch. What the market rewards is where you are positioned in the system. Imagine two people. Both are incredibly dedicated, working identical 12-hour days. The first person ends their day exhausted, having traded those 12 hours for a fixed amount of money. If they stop working, the money stops. The second person also works 12 hours, but they spend that time building leverage, creating systems that will work for them even while they're asleep. The next day, their output is bigger, even if their input is the same. The difference isn't their discipline, it isn't their hustle. It's their positioning, their access to leverage, and their ability to make key decisions. If you want results that scale, you have to stop thinking about adding more effort and start thinking about repositioning yourself on the board. Think about it this way: effort scales linearly, but leverage scales exponentially. Effort is a straight line. You put in 1 hour, you get 1 unit of value out. You put in 10 hours, you get 10 units out. It's predictable, but it's capped by the number of hours in a day. Leverage, on the other hand, is a compounding curve. It starts slow, but then it explodes upwards. This is the power of systems, automation, distribution, and equity. Here's a classic example. A freelance designer trades their time for money. One project, one payment. An amazing designer can charge more per hour, but they're still fundamentally limited by the clock. Now, consider a SaaS founder who builds a software tool that solves a problem for designers. They build it once, and that system can sell to 10, 100, or 1,000 customers all at the same time, even while they're on vacation. They might have put in the same initial hours as the freelancer, but their outcomes are worlds apart. The key question to ask yourself is this: if you stop working tomorrow, does your income also stop? If the answer is yes, you don't have leverage, you have a job. This brings us to the next crucial idea. Positioning is what determines who captures the value. In any system, value is created and then it's captured. Optimizing your effort is the beginner level of this game. You learn to work faster, more efficiently. The intermediate level is optimizing your skills. You become a master of your craft, so you can charge more for your time. But the advanced level, the grandmaster level, is optimizing your position in the value chain. Let's stick with that SaaS company example. You have an engineer who builds the product's features. They are incredibly skilled and essential. You have a marketer who creates campaigns and drives demand. They're also critical. Then you have the founder, who owns the distribution channels and the equity in the company. All three might work similar hours. They all contribute value, but only one of them is positioned to capture an outsized portion of the results. The founder, by owning the assets, the code, the brand, the customer list, gets the exponential upside. It's not about who works hardest, it's about where you sit in the structure. Your position dictates your earnings, so where do you find this magical leverage? It's not where most people look. People are always chasing the latest hack, the secret trick, the shortcut. But real operators, the people building durable success, are focused on something else entirely. They build boring, repeatable systems. Leverage isn't sexy, it's systematic. It hides in workflows that can run without your direct input every single time. It lives in automation that handles repetitive tasks, compounding your efficiency. It's found in distribution channels that scale, like a YouTube channel, a newsletter, or a software platform that can reach millions with little extra effort. And it's embedded in products that solve a persistent, painful problem for a specific group of people. Think about a content engine that publishes valuable information every single day, automatically attracting an audience. Or a sales system that qualifies leads and closes deals without you being on every call. Or that SaaS tool solving one specific painful problem for a niche market. None of this sounds particularly exciting. It's not the stuff of blockbuster movies. But is it effective? Absolutely. Stop chasing shiny objects and start building boring systems. This leads to the final, most strategic point. Positioning isn't a one-time decision. It's a long-term game of chess. You have to think several moves ahead. To do this, you need to choose which games you're even going to play. Look for games with 3 key characteristics. First, asymmetric upside. This means the potential rewards are vastly greater than the potential risks. Second, compounding loops. You want to be in an environment where your efforts build on each other over time. And third, long-term horizons. Quick wins are nice, but true wealth is built over years, not days. A perfect example is building a personal brand in public. When you share your knowledge and document your journey, you build trust. That trust builds an audience, which is a form of distribution. That distribution gives you leverage, which can be turned into opportunities, partnerships, and income. You're not just thinking about how to get a client today. You're focusing on the board 5 moves from now, building an asset that will pay dividends for years to come. Stop focusing on today's small wins and start architecting your long-term position. So, how do you put this into action? It's time for a positioning audit. Ask yourself these questions right now. First, where am I currently trading my time directly for money? Be honest. Second, where can I move closer to ownership, decision rights, or distribution? Is there a way to get a piece of the equity, influence strategy, or control how the value reaches the customer? Third, what is one system I can build once that can run 100 times with minimal effort? And finally, which of my assets, my skills, my content, my network can compound in value even when I'm offline? Once you have those answers, execute one immediate move. Just one. Shift one of your current projects away from pure time for money and toward leverage. Automate one manual, repetitive task that you do every week. Or find a way to move your role one step closer to the core value chain in your organization or industry. The rule is simple. Don't just work harder. Work smarter from the right square on the chessboard. Now that you understand that positioning trumps effort, you might be wondering what to do next. In our next video, we're going to dive deep into exactly how to build leverage using systems and automation, so you can finally decouple your output from your hours. If you've had that light bulb moment and realized that effort alone is a losing strategy, you won't want to miss it. That's where the real game begins. Thanks for watching.